What is up, guys? Sebastian here from Visa Trader. In this video I'm just going to be going over one of my favorite strategies that I like to use in the crypto market and even the forex market, and gives any beginner in the market a real edge on winning trades and having a successful trade. So let's just jump into it. Since the downtrend, we've received 1, 2, 3, 4 winning trades that all hit take profit 3. I mean, it just seems too good to be true. So we just had like 10 successful trades in that uptrend, and this is just on Ethereum again. Every single one of these trades has just hit take profit, okay? And we have 125 pip take profit. Subscribe, hit the like and notification. You will need to have a little bit of patience, and you will need to have either your phone on note or get a little pen and paper and write down the 3 rules as we run through the strategy real fast. So basically, if you've already subscribed to my monthly subscription, or maybe I've just given it to you for free, and your receiver will look something like this. What you're going to want to do then is, once you've received it, head over to your MT4 platform, sign into the broker or whoever you've signed into. You don't need to make a real account, you just need a demo account. So we're just going to head into Files, Open Data Folder, MQL4, Indicators, and then you can close that MT4 because we're going to refresh it after anyway. Simply drag the folders from your email, so you can pick them up like this. Just drag them over and drop them into your Indicators folder, and do that 3 times with each of these. And when that's done, close your MT4 and reopen it, and that'll just update your indicators list, okay? And then widescreen, head into your file, head into Insert Indicators and Custom, and there you'll see your Visa Trader, Trend Identifier, and Daily Support and Resistance. So we're just going to start putting these on now. Untick all time frames for the Visa Trader software, and that one only has to run on the 15-minute time frame. Insert Indicators, Custom again, Trend Identifier, untick, and head into the 4-hour. And the setting up this thing might seem complicated, but it's just pushing a few buttons, you know. And for what you get out of it, the benefit of earning money from it, yeah, it's 20 minutes of your time. Last time, head over to Indicators, Custom, and Daily Support and Resistance. Untick all time frames and 15-minute time frame. Hit OK. And we need one more indicator that is on default for the MT4 and is on all platforms. Even your phone app can have this. So we're just going to head over to oscillators and stochastic oscillator. We can run that in the 15-minute time frame as well. So as far as your setup goes, your setup's done. Okay, so we're just going to right click on here, head into templates and save template. I've already saved this template. I'll save it again anyway so you guys can see. Template name, we'll just call it Vista. Save. And then basically whenever you open up a new chart window like this and it will come up blank, you head over to your templates, load template, and you find Vista. And it automatically comes up with the indicators that you set on your previous template, of course, because you saved it. Okay, so now we're just going to head over to Bitcoin again. Chart window, templates, load template, Vista. So now we have Bitcoin with the Visa Trader indicators running. Now, when do we trade? How do we trade? When do we enter? When do we exit? I'm going to show you that now. So strategy starts just like you're going to start now to write down, so you don't have to rewind the video or in a week's time come back to this video. Write down now. We're only going to be looking for buys in an uptrend and sells in a downtrend. So now I'm going to grab these vertical lines now. It doesn't matter what color they are, how fat they are or anything. You're just going to follow the blue line up, and where it splits into a red trend, you're just going to separate it. And basically this just identifies when we started downtrend, when we went into uptrend, and now currently in a downtrend. So what are we going to be doing? We're looking for sells if we're in a downtrend. Into the 15-minute time frame now, and you can see where we have the vertical line separating where in the market we started looking for sells. We can actually see now the sells and buys that we've received after the switch of trend. So now we are in a downtrend and we've received buy signals, which we don't need. So we just ignore those. We're waiting until we receive this sell signal here. So we'll just get it up now. So let's just pretend we're in a real time now and we've just received this sell signal. How do we enter this trade? This is why we have this stochastic oscillator. So when we have the sell signal on the stochastic oscillator, the line is usually going to be above this 80%, which is the horizontal dotted line here. Now I hope you guys are writing this down. Obviously I know it by memory because this is my strategy that I've developed into the indicators. So I obviously know how to read it, but for you guys that have the indicators and that want to know how to use them effectively, it's really not complicated. Like, these are just simple rules you're just writing down now. Okay, so we're above the 80% here. We're above the 80%. We've just received a sell signal up here. And when do we enter this trade? When it passes back below the horizontal 80% line. So as soon as it's around here, we're going to enter the trade. Where do we set our stop loss? Our stop loss, we use the daily pivot points, or a previous high, which happens to be basically in line with one of the daily pivot points. So we set our stop loss up here for the first resistance, it would be on the first daily pivot point, and we would set our take profit at the lows. So we would aim at around here, which coincides again with our, these are really effective as well. You know, they always hit price and they always predict price really well. So it's a really good indicator to have. Yeah, like I said, we could drop all of these three take profits. So we could put take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. And maybe not even that, maybe wait for it to cross this one, and then we just adjust our take profit and adjust our stop loss. So it's a winning trade either way. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this was a winning trade. We're not going to go too much into depth with it, and we can actually measure up how much gain that actually had. So we had about 750 pips for a 20 pip stop loss. It's a very good ratio. It's a very good ratio. So now let's just jump across again. And again, we're still looking for sells because we haven't gone in the 4 hour. We haven't gone into the uptrend yet. So we are still looking for sells. And the sells we have are these ones here. Again, we received a sell. It's above the 80. We enter it when it goes back below the 80. This sell signal didn't go above the 80, so we don't enter this trade. Just like the rules. I hope you're writing them down now. And we go back up again. We received another sell signal up here, and it was above the 80, so when it goes back down, we enter the trade. So here we have 2 trades entered, and we have a stop loss of 38 pips and a take profit of 52 pips. We normally want to go a little bit higher than that to keep the win ratio higher. So after it did pass this level, we would have just adjusted our stop loss to ensure that we had a successful trade and the risk to reward ratio was way better in our, it benefited us a lot more. Okay, I don't want to get too much into terminology, and I don't want to get beginners lost in the trade, lost in the vocabulary of the trade vocabulary, and I hope you guys are following along. Here's our next sell signal. Like I said, we're looking for sells in a downtrend. We would set our stop loss at about 19 pips up top here, and then we would set our take profit at the previous lows, somewhere around here, which is about 34. So we still don't have a 2-to-1 risk ratio, so I would end up going a little bit lower, just a few pips lower. But again, you can see for yourself, we did hit take profit on that one as well, down here. If you would have set your take profit to 1, it would have hit, 2 it would have hit, and 3 would have hit as well. Now we're moving on to our next signal, and I think that's been 3 signals in a row now that we've hit perfectly. They've all hit take profit, and again, I mean, look at this one as well. This is ridiculous, and this is on BTC. Yeah? You guys, a lot of people in the group have this offer for free, and they're just not even using it, and it's really going to waste. Okay, so again, stop loss 26 pips, 26 pips stop loss, which is nothing. It's literally nothing. We go down here and we have 125 pip take profit, and it came down the next day and smashed that take profit. It just frustrates me when people come and say, oh, the strategy is too complicated, it's too this, too that. You head into the 4 hour, it's a downtrend. You head into the 15-minute time frame, you're only looking for sells. When do you enter that sell? When the price comes up above the 80 and comes back down again on the stochastic. And then you enter the trade, and that's simple. And then your stop loss is up here, and your take profit is down here. It's literally that simple, okay? Those of you that are saying it's complicated, I can't help you. Okay, I can't make a winning strategy like this any more easy. Okay, but since the downtrend, we've received 1, 2, 3, 4 winning trades that all hit take profit 3. I mean, it just seems too good to be true. But it isn't. And I'm just going to show you now. We'll just jump into Ethereum chart window. Again, the template that we say from before, template, load template, vista, and again, okay, it's literally this easier, and you can run this software on any crypto, on any broker, anything, okay, it works, and you can see now Ethereum was in an uptrend. So again, we're just going to separate this now. It was in an uptrend until there. So now we just head into the 15-minute time frame. Again, super easy and super quick. We've already identified the uptrend and the downtrend, and it's only been a few seconds. So now we just head into the 15-minute time frame. Get rid of that. So we're just going to go through the uptrend first. Okay. So this is vertical line where we entered the first uptrend. Okay. This would have been our first buy signal. As you can see, we didn't receive any sell signals, so we're only looking for buys in an uptrend, sells, and downtrend. Okay, so buys. First buy here, and well, without even looking, you already know it's a successful trade. It went below here again. So when you switch uptrend to downtrend, also the upside and the downside to the stochastic also changes. So instead of looking for the sell up at the top of the stochastic oscillator, you're looking at the bottom now. Okay. So we receive our buy down here, and it has passed the 80%. As soon as it crosses is when we enter our trade, so probably on this candlestick here. And we would have set our stop loss probably down to this low down here just to be safe, because it can be volatile on a switch of the trend. But just for the sakes of advertising these pivot points and showing how good they are, we would have set it for about down here. Or maybe even lower. We just set it for about 90 pips, or set it for this daily pivot points here, which is about 100 pips. Our take profit 2 is already at 320 pips, and we can't actually see the next take profit unless we zoomed out. But we're not going to do that because we already know it's a successful trade, and I've already been back a few days ago and checked all these trades already, and they are very effective. And this is all on the default settings as well. So we have 1 buy, 2 buys. This buy didn't pass the 80%. It kind of did, but kind of didn't. It touched. Okay, so whether you want to enter that or not, it's at your own risk. You already are in 2 previous positions that may or may not have hit your take profit. So if you have enough equity to enter trades like that, then enter them. But enter them at your own risk. Okay. Down here we have it passed the 80%. If you didn't want to wait for your last signal, you're already in 3 trades now. Do you really want to enter more and more trades? Quite possibly you do want to enter more trades, and it just goes to show why you would have wanted to enter more trades, because every single one of these trades has just hit take profit. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 down here, entry, 5 possible entry here, 6 guaranteed entry, 7 we got it here perfectly, 8 down here. Again, these have all hit take profit 3, 9, 10, 11. This one has hit a stop loss. This would have been effectively our last signal before the switch of trend. If we don't count this signal here, it would have been the last signal before the switch of trend. So we just had like 10 successful trades in that uptrend, and this is just on Ethereum again. Then you could go and run this on Litecoin, Dashcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and have 10 cryptos all giving you signals. And a lot of people ask me, how successful is this strategy? It just depends. I mean, do you want to sit here for an hour, or do you want to sit here for 5 hours? Do you want to run it on one crypto, or do you want to run it on 10 cryptos and receive 10 times the amount of signals? But then you've got to stay 10 times as focused on, even if the rules are simple, you need to know what you're doing, kind of thing. So here we have the switcher trend, and we're only going to be looking for sells in the market. As you can see here, we have no signals, no signals, no signals until here. And we would have set our stop loss at either the pivot point up here or the previous high either here or a little bit higher, which is about 47 pips. And our take profit would have been here at 49. I personally wouldn't have taken this trade. I say that I probably would have taken this trade. Okay, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but I don't like a 1-to-1 risk ratio, because you need to essentially, if I win one trade, then I want to lose 2 trades and break even, if that makes sense. So your risk to reward ratio would be 1-to-2. So for every 1 trade you win, it equals to 2 losing trades. And this one doesn't have that kind of ratio. But this is the first signal that started the downtrend. So just for that reason alone, I probably would enter it, because we're looking for trends in the 4-hour time frame. So for each candlestick that comes in the 4-hour time frame, we're looking at huge gaps in the market in the time frames compared to the 15-minute time frame. So we still have a huge impulse to come when it starts on the 4-hour time frame. So from your first signal, it's likely to continue going down. Okay, so let's just say we did enter that one, and it was a 1-to-1 ratio, but we decided to hold the position for whatever reason. Because, well, for whatever reason, we know it's going to be a downtrend, so we held the position thinking it was going to go into downtrend. We would not have held it this far, but that alone is 150 pips. Okay, we're going to continue now. Here's our next signal here. We head into our stochastic oscillator. It's past the 80%. Well, as soon as it crosses back over, we're going to enter the trade. So we've entered the trade now. Stop loss, 25 pips. Take profit, 120 pips. We don't need to go for take profit 3, but we can have it in I and then adjust our take profit and stop loss as we gradually work towards it. So now I'm just going to head down, down, down further into the trades now, and we've received 2 more sell signals here. The first one has gone past the 80% sell, so we would have entered this trade, and we would have entered this trade as well. Okay, stop loss, if you wanted to go this high, 65 pips is quite high for my liking. Or we could have just gone for yesterday's one. So yesterday's, obviously it's 2 days ago now, but yesterday's one would have been 31 pips instead. The first take profit is already 76 pips down, and if we zoomed out, then we'll probably be looking at 300 pips, like some of the trades we saw on Bitcoin as well.